Welcome to the African Album Review Podcast, where we review Africa's best and latest music projects.
Africa Moody say. My name is Wemoto, and in the next few minutes, I'm going to give you a rundown of As Above, So Below by Sampa the Great. The clock starts now.
The latest African album review is loading.
As Above, So Below by Sampa the Great from Zambia was released on September 9, 2022 under the Great Proprietary Limited with exclusive license to Loma Vista Recordings and distributed by Concord. It has 11 songs, 39 minutes, 12 seconds of runtime, 10 features and multiple producer placements that include Mag44, who has most of the placements, Blazer, Plate, Dream Life, Powers Pleasant, Mason Sax, Jeff Kleinman, and some songs are produced by Sampa the Great herself. Imagine my surprise to get what sounds like the Mbira opening up Sampa the Great's album. Establishing the roots early on, I must say, the music feels vivid and cinematic, while the connection to our home country, Zambia, is undeniable. That is how rich the soundscapes are on As Above, So Below. They paint a picture for you. The song and video we saw was for Never Forget, which is absolutely top tier, by the way. The execution, the features, everything. I mean, Chef 187 is on there too, one of my faves. I thought, well, no way I'd find another favorite on the new project, but I was pleasantly surprised. Sampa the Great did release a short EP type situation called Bona, which had 3 songs. Never Forget was one of them. Then Lane with Denzel Curry and Bona itself. She used the waterfall strategy for release, which is where these 3 songs feature on multiple releases over and over again as a lead up to the album in itself. Very smart play in 2022, and if you're an artist, this is some of what you want to do. The depth of storytelling on As Above, So Below is magnetic. Listen to a song such as Can I Live featuring Which. I'm not going to quote the lyrics much anyway, but it does take the is this love, is this love, is this love line from Bob Marley and the Wailers. Not quite in the same fashion, but just the words in themselves. All I can say is what a song, and I could say the exact same about every single track on this album. What a song. That's pretty much what I was just doing the whole way, and that tells you all you need to know about As Above, So Below. The cast on As Above, So Below is absolutely stellar, and all of them fit like a glove. From James Sakala on Imposter Syndrome to Koji Radical on IDGAF, then Mama Angelique Kijo on the last song, which is Let Me Be Great. Everybody played their role like they were in the same room with the same instructions to realize the end goal, but also the same understanding of what they individually needed to do to get there. They all bought into what As Above, So Below is about. They all complement one another very well. It helps that Sampa the Great herself seems to take on multiple personas in her delivery to give equal platform to each feature. It's a good time to also say that her songwriting is a marvel as well. The variety of topics on this album touch on so much and leave you with plenty to ponder on as Sampa questions life and her existence in it sometimes. She also demonstrates a deep understanding of history and how things got to be what they are. She tackles self-doubt, overcoming hurdles, freedom, colonialism, racism, and sometimes she just wants to have a good time. Sampa the Great makes music from another planet, totally. It is a unique lane of hip-hop, yet it is so much more. As some sort of eclectic brand of hip-hop, it's interesting to note how much there are elements of electronic dance in there, such as EDM, future bass, EDC, and also just Africa in many forms sprinkled within the album. This means that her sound can indeed cross over, and I think it also makes it easy to remix. This obviously works well to her advantage. Her delivery is a highlight, like I mentioned before, and it's just worth saying again. What I like about Sampa the Great is that she created her own lane and truly, genuinely grew in it. She won't give you that commercial radio music level, as it were, but she'll give you the realness on all fronts, and her fans buy into her product fully. There's nowhere where she falls short, and she proves how seasoned she is, just as a creative, as a musician, songwriter, everything, you name it. This album proves it, and I highly, highly, highly recommend that you listen to it. Doesn't matter what you're into, just listen to this album and it will surprise you. For me, this album is a 10 out of 10.
Moto Music, the best place to listen to podcasts about African music online.